Hey everybody, I'm Rook. Welcome to the table. Dueling book table, computer table, as always. I recorded a few of these because I tried to matchmake on Dueling Book, and for some reason, I kept getting matched up with Moth. I guess that they're everywhere. But this time, this is a ranked match. I'm actually trying hard, real hard. This is my Warrior Burn deck against, I'm playing Hoppe Hop's Moth deck today. I have Twisted Personality. You see I have the Warriors, Command Knight, and Zone of the Spirit with Santa Claus and Kriba in my hand. And I'm playing a Warrior Moth deck, probably the tried and true, very classic Warrior Moth deck. He's got Gear Freed out, which is one of the strongest 4-star monsters in the game, 1800 attack and 2 back row, 2 in hand. He's going to go ahead and swing, and that's a Command Knight. That's one of the things that can withstand the Mighty Gear Freed. So he's going to take that 100 life point damage, and I'm going to get Twisted Personality counter. Now, typically, I like to, I think that's a good trade. I look at it like I'm paying 100 life points to see what that face down card was. The reason why it's slightly worse now is because I also get a counter on Twisted Personality, because I'm one counter away from a discard. So I have Santa Claus here, main phase 1. I'm going to actually tribute that to get Gear Freed off the field. And the reason I'm doing that is because I can normal summon in addition to this, and Santa Claus will go in defense. So if I didn't have Command Knight, typically what I do here is I normal summon Swordswoman and I slam right in that Santa Claus, because that's 1,000 life points to them, and Swordswoman stays alive, obviously, because Santa Claus is in defense mode. That's why I run Santa Claus in this deck, because Santa Claus Swordswoman synergy is really good because you're getting rid of a monster that you don't like on your opponent's side of the field, but then also Swordswoman can just slam into it just for a free 1,000. But Command Knight actually has Swordswoman at 1,900, so this is going to be a 600 life point difference to my opponent, which is still a Twisted Personality counter, so I do like that. And I have the Sphere Kribo in the pocket in case he decides to Moth me, because now we are seeing Command Knight and Swordswoman face up. That's the hardest part about playing against Moth, is that you really want to keep your monsters hidden from them until it's the right time, because as soon as you show a monster, they're gonna equip a Parasite to it. But my opponent activating Claws effect, the one downside, they get to draw at the end phase, and then they get to draw again. So now 4 cards in hand. He's got the Dust Tornado on my back row. There's the Zoma. Sometimes I think I should pop it right at the beginning, but even if I did, Dust Tornado will take care of it. So I have the Sphere Kribo for any sort of Moth setup that he has, in case it's too late for me, and I want to keep my monsters alive. But all he has right now is Santa Claus, which isn't going to beat over anything, and he's setting a monster. So nothing too scary for me yet. This is just traditional warriors you're seeing on the field right now against a Santa Claus. And face down, yeah, he wants to put Santa Claus in attack mode because he doesn't want it to stay on the field and let me get free life points with Swordswoman. So I drew the Nightmare Wheel, which will be handy for later. And I have 2 counters on my Twisted Personality. So I could ditch 2 to discard 1 card from the hand, but I'm going to go ahead and get aggressive here. I want to see some life point damage. I want to get myself to 3, so that if he gets the Moth play, I can Nightmare Wheel, I can Sphere, and then I can use 3 counters to burn, or to destroy Moth. So that's going to go through, and he's taking 800 from that, and I am going to swing right into his Man-Eater Bug. That is taking Swordswoman off the field. Unfortunate. But Command Knight's still staying strong. It's 1,600 attack, with a Nightmare Wheel to deflect anything, like if he has another Gear Freed or something out there. So he's going to utilize Cocoon's secondary effect to shuffle Man-Eater Bug right back in to draw a card. That's why a lot of Moth users use Man-Eater Bug, because it works for Cocoon's second effect. There's a Gear Freed. That's not good. 3 back row set too, so scary. He's going to swing right into me. This is going to be a difference of 200 life points unless I have an answer, and there's the Nightmare Wheel. Man, ooh, Wild Tornado. He was ready for that. Who runs Wild Tornado? Remember that card? Oh my god. It's actually a pretty good card right now, especially if you get like Night Beamed. So I'm going to Sphere Kribo that. I value this Command Knight way too much, but Wild Tornado is going to destroy my Nightmare Wheel. Now I drew the Lava Golem, which is not great right now. He doesn't have 2 monsters. But, battle phase. I removed all 3 counters of Twisted Personality to remove the Gear Freed from the field. End phase 2 Zomas, but not before I got 1,600 life point damage in with my Command Knight. So he's got 2 Zomas on the end phase, which are going to go to defense. And now his turn, he's going to swing them both into attack, and I bet he's going to get really aggressive here. So at first I gave up. Oh no. Oh no. I was ready. I was ready to take the Command Knight dying and then Zoma hitting me for 1,800 direct. to Lava Golem him next turn, but he had the Parasite also. So Parasite tributes my Command Knight, and there's a Moth and 2 Zomas. Like, what do you do against that? Not even those. Even if my card was Sphere Kuriboh, that wasn't going to do anything. So good Moth play at the end there. He was very patient. I had the Lava Golem set up, but I mean, I didn't have anything after that, like a Nightmare Wheel or anything. It was just at the luck of the draw at that point. So game 1, going to Warrior Moth. Lava Golem, a little too slow in that situation. What can I tell you about the side deck? I run 2 Sphere Kuriboh right now, and I probably have 1 more on my side. I most definitely sided that 3rd Sphere Kuriboh in, and I probably sided Offerings to the Doom in. Every time I play against Moth, I get scared and I put in Offerings to the Doom, which is just the I don't want to deal with this, take this Offerings to the Doom card. I skip my next draw phase, but it gets rid of Moth pretty quickly. Choosing to go second here, as my opponent goes first. Set in the back row. I have a Nightmare Wheel, Sphere, Zoma, and Lava Golem. Really not a good hand. Really not a good hand. Oh, Command Knight makes it okay. So, Twisted Personality, Command Knight is good here because he can't Parasite it. It's face down. And of course you want to set Command Knight. That's a 1900. People swing right into that and take the life point damage. He's going to pass with 3 back row set. I'm going to pop a Zoma on the end phase. I'm going to get aggressive. I can't wait around, especially if he has 2 cards in hand. I can't assume that he has the Moth play. And so I'm going to swing Zoma into attack, and I think I might... What do I do? Yeah, I flip Command Knight into attack mode. I'm getting aggressive, and if anything, I want to try and figure out what these back row are, and I have the Twister in my hand. So I can quick play Twister from my hand to get rid of any Zoma Nightmare Wheel that happens. If he has Windstorm, like, who plays Windstorm anymore? I don't think he has Windstorm. But, ooh, Offerings to the Doom and Dust Tornado. Wow, that's rude. So Dust Tornado gets rid of Zoma. Offerings gets rid of Command Knight. Wiping my field out, but also wiping his field from back row. And he does not draw this turn. So now my opponent with 2 cards in hand, going to set a back row on 1 card, and he's going to pass to me. Okay, I think that was not the best play from him, because it left him with not a lot of resources, and I had the opportunity to set Twister and another Zoma. So I have a guaranteed monster at the end phase if he doesn't like Night Beam me or anything. Unfortunately, Lava Golem is not going to work right now still because he can't get 2 monsters out yet. I think Lava Golem is going to be a little bit of a dead draw here. Okay, there's Gearfried. He's probably going to try and swing right in for 1800. And do I let that happen? Nope. There's Nightmare Wheel. I can't afford 1800. I really can't. So now the plan is, there's Swordswoman. Swordswoman isn't going to do anything here. It can't beat over Gearfried. So now is the play, do I wait and hope he sets another monster, and then Lava Golem? I'm going to set the Swordswoman because 1, Gearfried can't attack it, and 2, he can't Parasite it because it's set. It's not face up. End phase, he's going to Zoma. There's the second monster I've been looking for. So now, if I can survive to the next turn, Lava Golem is going to take both of those monsters away and burn him. Still not sure what his other back row is or his 1 card in hand is. And of course, I do have the Twister in my back row as well, but I don't want to use it just yet because Lava Golem is going to be good. Oh no, he actually tributes for Gap. Gap is really good right now. It flips me in a face-up attack. I have to be in face-up attack, and of course he tributes Gearfried, so there goes Nightmare Wheel. So now he has 2 monsters that can swing into me. I think that, do I let this happen? Just because I value Lava Golem so much right now. Lava Golem would be super sweet. Okay, so I'm going to let this happen. Zoma is going to crash into Swordswoman and take, taking for 300 for that. I can't take this Gap attack, though. Oh, never mind. I guess I'm gonna. So I tried Zoma the Spirit on Gap to see if he would try and swing it over anyway, and he's got Wild Tornado. So Wild Tornado is going to get rid of Zoma, and Gap's attacks can go through. I lose 2-1-2. So next turn, I'm going to be able to Lava Golem, get rid of Gap and Zoma, and then I can set Nightmare Wheel. And then I do have the Sphere Kuriboh in case I have the Sphere Kuriboh to dodge a Lava Golem attack. I also have I have the Lava Golem. I have the Nightmare Wheel to stop Lava Golem in its tracks, and I have 3 counters on Twisted Personality, so I could straight up remove Lava Golem if I wanted to. It's going to be his standby phase, and he takes 1,000 for Lava Golem's attack. He's going to try and swing, and I think it makes the most sense to Nightmare Wheel here to keep the burn pressure on. I don't need to blow Sphere just yet, so I'm going to draw, and there's another Twister. So that's 2 Twisters, 1 set and 1 in hand. I don't really feel any pressure right now, so I'm going to go ahead and pass turn with 2 Twisters set. End phase Zoma, and I don't think so. I'm going to Twister that. Pay the 500 life points. No surprises. Lava Golem's going to burn him for another 1,000. All I have to do... Oh, he's trying to parasite his own Lava Golem. No, 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 no. Twister. Twister that. I can't afford it. Luckily, I had the second Twister set. So he's going to try and parasite his own Lava Golem to tribute for the Moth. But I say no. I will Twister that parasite. Another reason why Twister is super, super good. Because it gets rid of parasite, and also that's a counter for me. Twisted that parasite, so now Lava Golem has to burn him next turn. Like I said, I only had to survive one more turn so that Lava Golem could burn him to death for the 1,000. So he was able to activate Cocoon's second effect to shuffle it back into draw, but what he drew did not help him. So now I have 2 Sphere Kribo, a lot of options to just dodge big attacks right now, and I pass to him, and that's going to be the final 1,000 to burn him. So Lava Golem actually pulling it through with the burn, coupled with Nightmare Wheel. Really devastating, especially because he tributed for Gap early, so he didn't have the ability to tribute with Lava Golem on the field. Moving on to game 3. And I am going first. We are 1-1. Does this deck beat Moth? Gosh, I hope so. I'm using it competitively. There's Twisted Personality up. Sphere, Karibo, Santa Claus, Twister, and Command Knight. That's not a bad first hand. I like seeing Command Knight in my first hand against Moth, because Parasite can't equip to it right away. But also I want monster presence. So there's Twister. He's got 2 back row. 3 back row and a Gear Free. This is pretty similar to the last game. Is he going to try and swing? I imagine he will. Command Knight is the only monster I run that I would set. But he doesn't know that. So that's 100 life points to him. That's a counter for me, and I draw. Amazon Swordswoman. If I summon this now, it'll be at 1,900, which is 100 over Gear Freed, thanks to Command Knight. And another thing about Command Knight is that he can't target Command Knight for attacks. He'd have to target Swordswoman. Even if he got something out that was huge, it would have to beat over Swordswoman first. He'd take the battle damage. And he doesn't have a spell slot to equip Parasite right now. So I'm going to swing in at Declaration on the battle phase. Double Cyclone. That's an interesting one to see in this deck. Double Cyclone my back row, and as well. Oh, yes, because of the Wild Tornado play. That's so smart. So he double Cyclones my Twister, and he also has to pop something of his. Wild Tornado's secondary effect, which is so good, is if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, then you destroy a face-up target. So he's able to destroy Command Knight. And so now, that happened at declaration of the attack. So with Command Knight gone, that drops Swordswoman down to 15, and Swordswoman actually got wiped out by Gear Freed, because now it is no longer at an attack level where it can beat over Gear Freed. So that is still 300 life points to my opponent, because Swordswoman's effect is that he takes the battle damage, but that leaves me with absolutely nothing on my field, and he is going to swing for a free 1,800. Like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not going to Sphere Kribo that. I want to save that for when I'm like on the ropes. My main phase 1, luckily, Twisted Personality gave me the 3 counters with all the life points that were going back and forth. So I'm able to remove all 3 to remove his Gear Freed from the field. I'm going to set my half shut, but it's really not going to do anything right now. And he's setting a back row, and it looks like he's passing to me. Okay, so I have Sphere Kribo, Santa Claus, and Zoma. Zoma is good because that's a monster that I'll eventually be able to get out on his end phase. And then Santa Claus is okay if he gets a monster out, to be honest. Like, I mean, he needs to set something first or play something. He's going to normal summon Parasite. He is going hard. 500 attack, that is so scary. He's going to try and swing for 5. Oh no, going back to main phase. Yeah, that's a good summon. What's my back row? Yeah, the half shut and Zoma. You know what? Actually, it makes sense that I pop Zoma here, because Zoma has 500 defense, which Parasite can't get over. It's typically bad to watch Zoma die to something with low attack, because that's really just life points left on the table. Obviously, you want the strongest monster to beat over your Zoma so that it hurts your opponent the most. But Parasite is only a 500, and Zoma's defense is 500. So that's going to be a bonk, and nothing's going to die. Yeah, he's going to let that happen. So Parasite's attack doesn't go through because of Zoma, and I draw the Command Knight. So now I need to think about what I want to do here in terms of Santa Claus Command Knight. I think it makes the most sense to swing Zoma into attack mode and also normal summon the Command Knight, because we already have a monster on the field, and he has all 3 spell slots full, so he can't like just quick play Parasite me. So now it's time to bait out some traps. Let's see what he has in the back row. We're going to swing with Command Knight 1,600. This will be a difference of 1,100 life points for him. And I do have the half shot in the back row. And the half shot can be used on damage step. He is thinking. Yeah, he's going to Nightmare Wheel me. Nightmare Wheel the Command Knight. That's fine. Zoma can still comfortably beat over this for a difference of 13, unless he has another Nightmare Wheel or something else that will deflect his attack. Offerings, that's interesting. Okay, Offerings to the Doom on Zoma. So no draw phase for him, but Zoma's off the field. So his standby phase, I'm going to burn for 500. That's a counter for me. And now his main phase. And he's going to hard pass. He puts Parasite into defense mode. Ah, the Lava Golem, man. He doesn't have two monsters, though. So this deck, this is the deck that I profiled, like, to a T. And it is 1 Santa Claus, 2 Lava Golem. Lava Golem, I feel like... Ooh, oh, interesting. I'm actually going to tribute Command Knight for Santa Claus. So Santa Claus's effect is you can special summon this card to your opponent's field, but you don't have to. It's a 6-star monster, so you can still tribute to it to summon it. Oh, wow. He's going to chain Double Cyclone. That's really smart. So before Nightmare Wheel left the field, he could Double Cyclone it. And he also gets rid of my back row. So now I have Santa Claus on my side of the field. I don't get its draw effect or anything because I tributed it like normal, but I do get to get rid of Parasite Paranoid. Now 2 cards in hand. It's really difficult to see how this is going to shake out, but he does have the Cocoon effect still where he can shuffle something back into his deck and then draw. But like I said, I have 1 Santa Claus in this deck, 2 Lava Golem, although I'm pretty sure I sided out a Lava Golem for like an Offerings. If I realize my opponent isn't consistently trying to get out more than 1 boss monster, I will take out Lava Golem immediately. But I still have the 1 because I was still holding out, especially against something like Moth. But it doesn't look like it's going to work for me now. Main phase 1, set that Nightmare Wheel I just picked up. Battle phase I'm going to swing, and that's going to go through 1200. And that gives me a counter. End phase, he's going to Dust Tornado my Nightmare Wheel I just set. That's fine. I'm not upset about that at all. My opponent's draw phase, he's got 2 cards in hand, 1 back row. My hand is looking pretty useless right now. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe not. Sphere Karibo is going to win here. Sphere Karibo will keep me alive. So he's tributing Santa Claus with the Parasite to get the Moth out, which is going to keep me alive for 1 more turn. If that card in his hand is a Moth, then this is over. This is so over. Doesn't look like it is. Like, what are the odds? That would be so lucky. Battle phase, I have to drop Sphere here to stay alive by the skin of my teeth. And it's my turn. If only he had 2 monsters out. There's another Sphere, so I can stay alive for 1 more turn. But if only he had 2 monsters out, I could tribute for the Lava Golem. But I'm in another situation where I don't see where Lava Golem will get me. End phase, he's going to Zoma. So there's the 2 monsters I was looking for, but it looks like I'm out of luck here. Because Zoma is exactly 18, and I'm at 17. So Zoma's going to beat over me. He's going to try and swing with Moth first. I have to drop the last Sphere Karibo, puts him in defense. But then there is nothing to stop the Zoma attack. I show him my last Lava Golem there. And that is it. So, does Warrior Burn beat Moth? I guess not. Ah, man, what does beat this thing? I hope you guys like this, and I will catch you next time. See ya.